Hello and welcome to today's session of the 22 Gates, our journey through the Major Arcana of the Tarot. And as I've said before, this isn't necessarily about us learning exactly what the card means, but it's about reflecting the archetype back to ourselves and understanding our own relationship with the archetype and what specific lessons it has for us. So I believe that each of these archetypes are very complex, and just to say, this card means A, B, and C, it means a lot more. So yeah, that's what we're doing, and we're going to be doing that through some meditation, through some breath, and through some silence as well. Uh, so we started off with the will of the magician. Well, we started off with the fool, but then we had the will of the magician and the receptivity of the high priestess sitting between her pillars. And next to the high priestess, we had the empress. That's the intelligence of creation, that abundant chaos that just sprang forth into life. Sat next to the empress, we had the emperor, who out of that natural beauty brought structure and order and civilization so that we can feel safe. And then next to the emperor, sat between his own two pillars, we have the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is a word that we're not really used to these days. And I'm going to show you his image. So maybe an image that we're familiar with, but the word Hierophant can be a little bit confusing. So it might help to know that in other decks, this character is often called the Pope. So when we think about the Emperor, we think about the person who's governed with looking after the physical safety and well-being of the people in his charge. And he works then with the Pope, who's responsible for the spiritual well being of the souls in his charge. Um, that may to some of us seem like an outdated principle, but this is when the card was developed. This is the understanding of the role of the Pope within society. In other decks, they have educators, teachers, university lecturers. So the Hierophant really is acting as a bridge between the people and a deeper understanding of knowledge, whether that be spiritual knowledge or the the knowledge of tradition and institution and legacy. The idea is that we cross that bridge in order to develop and evolve and to become enlightened. Now, the shadow of the Hierophant is that it's easy to look at this bridge and think this is the object of worship, when really it's not. I mean, I've in my past I've put loads of teachers on pedestals, and of course, no teacher can fulfill that role of perfection. We're not meant to stay on a bridge forever. The whole point is that it takes us to a place, and then we've learned those lessons, we've arrived in that place. It's then our time to start to embody those lessons so that we then can perhaps find our next bridge and then our next bridge, but not to stay in the same place. Okay, so with that little introduction of the Hierophant, this is going to be where we start to get comfortable, find your position, and we're going to start to go into the meditation part. We'll get you nice and relaxed, and then we'll do the breath work. The breath work will be the same as yesterday. We'll do the wave breath, and at the end, we'll on an empty lungs, we'll hold our breaths. Hold for as long as you feel comfortable. When you need to start again, that's absolutely fine. But then at some point, I'll invite you to take another breath in. Breathe in, fill in your lungs, hold for 10 seconds, and then let go. The wave breath is breathing into your stomach, into your ribs, into your chest, and even into your neck through your nose, and then letting go through your nose. If you haven't read the safety instructions, please check the link at the in the description of this video. Okay, so let's get started. So, allowing yourself to relax and to become comfortable, closing your eyes. And we'll start as we have done each day, taking a deep breath through your nose, filling your lungs as much as is comfortable. And when they're full, holding, taking a sip more and holding, and then letting go through the nose. Noticing how you feel, the changes that one breath has already made. And let's do another. Taking a deep breath through the nose, filling the lungs, all the way to the top, and then hold. And a sip more, and hold, before releasing through the nose. Just noticing how good that feels, not just in your body, but also in your mind. And let's do one final deep breath in through the nose, filling the lungs. And at the top, holding. Taking a sip more and hold. And one more sip and hold. And then slowly out through the nose. Allowing everything to slow down, to relax, to melt. Noticing how easy it is to get into a comfortable space. And no matter what's happening around you, being aware of that silence and stillness that exists beneath all of it. Scanning your body, noticing where you feel tension or tightness, relaxing the muscles of your face, relaxing the back of your head, your neck, your shoulders, your arms and hands all becoming more relaxed. Your chest, abdomen, your back, everything just dropping a little. Your pelvis and hips softening. Also your thighs, calves and shins, even consciously allowing your feet to relax. And from this relaxed state, being aware of the weight of your body as it's supported by the surface below you. And let's start to notice our breath more consciously. Noticing the rise and fall of your chest, maybe your stomach and shoulders. And let's all inhale together in 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. 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 Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, continuing at whatever pace feels comfortable. And any time thoughts spring up in your mind, that's a completely normal part of this process. Just notice them and let them drift away as you come back to your breath. And as you follow your breath, also being aware of your heart beating in your chest. And maybe noticing it also in your pulse points across your body. with the change of music, I'm going to invite you to start wave breathing through the nose, but taking full body breaths. Breathe in so that you feel your stomach raise, then the bottom of your ribs, your chest, and even feeling the air filling your neck before releasing through the nose. Watching the wave of breath as it travels up your body, and then just recedes back to where it came. No pause between the inhale and the exhale. Not forcing the exhale, just letting go. Keeping your awareness on your breath, the sensations of your body. Breathing deeply into the bottom of your lungs. Feeling your diaphragm muscle moving down. And we're about halfway through this section, so the invitation is to breathe a little bit deeper, a little bit faster, if it feels right to you. Whatever speed you go, keeping your awareness on your breath. Breathing deeply, pulling the air down into your stomach. And when your lungs are empty after the next exhale, hold your breath. holding your breath with your lungs empty, feeling your heart beat in your chest, allowing everything to slow. Knowing that you can breathe whenever you need to. We're nearly there. And let's take a deep breath in. And at the top, hold in. Before letting go again. Allowing yourself to breathe however feels right now. Coming back to that vision of you that you see for yourself in your future. Feel how wonderful it feels to be that version of you. Touch through the fingers of that version of you. Feel the feelings that version of you will have. And notice the lessons you've received in life that will help you in your journey. The knowledge you've received from others. Where is it time to stop learning and start embodying? What does it mean to embody wisdom rather than repeat it? Sensing that part of you that both learns and teaches, the bridge between silence and expression. What message does the Hierophant have for you? And it's now time to begin our journey back. So just consciously remembering any thoughts, ideas, inspirations, sensations that you had during this session. Becoming aware of your body more consciously, noticing how it wants to move. Maybe it wants to stretch. Maybe it wants to hug. Maybe it wants to smile. Maybe it wants to shake. Maybe it just wants to be left alone for a few more moments, and that's fine too. But before you open your eyes, setting the intention for the rest of the day to be aware of the lessons of the Hierophant, remembering the important lessons we've received, and remembering and being aware of when it's important to embody those lessons so that we become the bridge for someone else. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you very much for joining me on this exploration, this internal exploration of the Hierophant. And I shall see you tomorrow. Remember to take care of yourself, drink plenty of water, notice the thoughts that come up, and eat well. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.